What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing my research for option plays for next week. Last time I did this, we came up with 5 option plays. I ended up putting on 3 of those. They all came out with a profit. So let's see what we find this time. I started off by filling in these numbers with the current numbers on my portfolio. So this is my margin maintenance, my net lick, the ratio I'm currently using. I trade based off of that to help monitor my buying power deployed. The ratio I'm fine with going up to, which would be 30%. And then this is the amount of margin maintenance I have. Now the VIX is up to 20, just above 20, so you can push to 35 or 30% if you want to. I'm going to stick with 30 because there's a lot of people saying that everything's going to be dropping again, a lot of fear in the market. I don't trust the fear, but I'm not going to bet against it. So I'm going to stick with the 30% deployed right now. Or at max 30% deployed. Leave myself plenty of room for margin expansion and everything. And basically what I do during this is I look at my watch list, stocks that I've played before or I'm familiar with, and just go straight down the list and look at the ticker and see what the chart looks like. And I have that pulled up on another screen, so I'm not going to keep looking at the watch list while I switch between stocks, but let's go ahead and start looking at this. So first off, we've got American Airlines. What's going on with them? Just taking a quick look here. A lot of price action above where it currently is. We had a nice big dip. Actually, wow, we might actually trade this one already. That's kind of nice. And right now I'm looking at to see where do I want to sell a put at. I think I want to get down to this next volume would be, even though it's lower than where this support looks like it would be, so that's good. So I want to try to be under 1750. If I can get under 16, that'd be awesome. But let's see what the premium looks like. So we got AAL. I like to look out like a month, so we'll get October 15th. Actually, let's go ahead and go out an extra week. I have a lot of trades on October 15th. I'd like to spread out my strikes. So 17, we are looking at 70% probability out of the money. That's like right on my verge. 52 cents per contract. That's actually pretty good. Is there any earnings coming up? Earnings is 10.20, so that play would be done beforehand. That's actually pretty interesting. How low can we actually get here and still make good premium? You know what? I think I'll be looking at AAL. Let's go ahead and put that into Interactive Brokers, and look at that. We already got our first hit. So I go to Interactive Brokers, pull up the option chain. I'm going to switch this to my this week's watch list. And I said this was a week after October 15th, so October 22nd. I actually liked that 15 level. Actually, no, 1550. So I'm going to click sell on this guy just to pull it up. And sorry, it's too early in the morning. Okay, so what I would do is I'm going to take this and drag it over. And this is going to put on my watch list. I can quickly find this play again. On Monday, if I want to end up putting this on, I can right-click this position, click Trading Tools, Order Entry, and it'll pull up on the bottom here. And then I can see what the current price is that it's selling for. I could sell, and then put in my limit price and click Submit. So that's how you can quickly put on these trades if the price is where you want it to be. So right here, what I was checking over here is I want to see what the margin impact would be, so 278. So I'm actually going to start putting that one in because, I like that trade already, so that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and clear these out. All right. So this is the AAL 15 strike 10. What was that? 22. So I'm used to having multiple screens when doing this. We expect 0.3 premium. The 1550 is how far out? Probability out of the money is 81%, so that's awesome. And the margin impact was what? 278. That's very low. I might put 2 of those on. Strike price is 15.5. And we'll call that 1.25 because there's an extra week on there. So I'm going to put that already in there, so that's awesome. Let me delete all these out. All right, well, there you go. First one's a nice little hit there, huh? Okay. Moving on, let's look at Apple. I think they're trading too high for where I want them to be, for where I want to sell puts at. Looks like they had a nice big dip here. Interesting that some of these patterns are indicating that the price target is actually way down here. So like this is a channel up, a couple of channel ups right there. If you hover over these, you can see why it's predicting that target. So again, I don't think I'd want to play Apple. Even at 135, I'm not comfortable selling at that point. I want to be at least below this area, so like 130. I mean, we'll take a look at the premium at like the 130 level. A 100 divided by 130 is less than 1%. It's not worth it, especially since it's 40 days out. So that's why that's not going to make my list. I'm not going to look at AMC. BA. I haven't played BA in a long time. So what we got going on with Boeing here? They had a little gap down, no earnings for a while. Trading around to fair value, so it might go up here. If it was to go down, I wouldn't expect. I would want to be under 166. That seems pretty far out of the money. But I'm going to take a look at the premium. So below 160, yeah, that's very little premium to get that far out. 70% would be 195. I don't want to be that close. And the premium would be decent if you were fine selling the 190, but I'm not, so we'll skip that. Baba, I have a lot of plays on Baba, so I don't care about doing that. Looking down, let's do Clorox. I think I'm out of Clorox completely right now, so this might be a legit trade for me. No earnings till 11.2. I like that. We got some triangles of it building up, so we might make a move later. I don't think any of these patterns matter at this point because of this gap down. Kind of invalidates all this stuff to me. If I could get under 162 area, let's see what's over here. Clorox 160, probability 76. If we can get filled at 150, I wouldn't be against this. So I'll put that on my watch list. So this is Clorox 160 strike, 1022 premium. I want at least 130. I'm not going to try to chase that one. Probability out of the money. I love how Ameritrade has this. 76%. If it's ever under 70% there, I probably would re-look at my position and make sure I want to actually do it. Go to interactive brokers, and then we'll put this on. So watch list. I'm looking at Clorox here. October 22nd, 160. Margin impact would be 2591. It's a 1% return there. Since it's, it's a triple-digit stock here, I'd only put on one. Keep my sizing small so I can manage it easier. So that's why I put that on. You can see my shopping total goes up a little bit here, 3,001. All right, so we got that. Let me add that to my watch list. Another thing you do is you can just click Add to Watch List here. Ooh. Oh, it took off my thing. Really? Come on. Let's do it. Clorox. And then we want the 160. Down here, if you click Add to Watch List, whatever watch list you have open is the one it will add it to. So look at that, we got two plays already, so that's pretty good. Let's go back to Thinkorswim and look at the next charts that I'll actually play. Ford, I have a play on Ford, so I'm not going to actually put anything on here, but we'll take a look. Again, it's trading in a high volume area. I'd still be fine selling at an $11 put on this, assuming that there was premium. and you get a 1% return because 13 divided by 11 is more than 1, so 1% return for a 40-day hold, 82% probably on the money. So if I wasn't already in for it, I would add this to my shopping list. I think that's just safe money. Probably do a couple contracts if I wasn't already in it. Fastly, I have that on here. What's Fastly trading at? This is a stock I like to play if it's below 40. And right now it's above 40, so I'm not going to be looking to play it. I'd want to be under this area, but being $10 away on Fastly, I know is not a good premium, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that one. IWM, this is one I've been watching recently. I want to play on it, I just haven't yet. And that's because it's trading pretty high. We had a couple recent dips, which is why I'm waiting for another dip. If this follows SPY down a little bit, or just if the market just has a red open on Monday, this might be something I can look at maybe later in the week. And I want to get below the 210 mark. And I assume that right now 210 would not give me much premium. Well, actually, wow, 210 would. 200 would give you the 1%, 81%. This is something I'm going to keep my eye on. I'm not going to put it on my shopping list yet. But if IWM drops on Monday or maybe Tuesday, this might be something I'll be looking at trading in like the 190 to 200 range. Those premiums might go up, so I'm going to wait and see if there's a better entry point. So that's good to know. Go back here to the chart. J&J. What you been doing, J&J? Oh, they've been going down. Nice. Okay. Nice little volume at the 163 area, which is just $3 away. Where do we see some decent support? Ooh. Going back to like 150? Sorry about that. Okay, let's see what the 150 looks like. Oh, that spread is too deep or too big. You're not gonna get enough fill easily. Yeah, I just don't think the premium's there for me because I want to be at the 150 area. If you want to be aggressive, you can do the 160. That's still 72% probability out of the money. But again, if your fill is going to be around 150, it's less than 1%. So I'd rather just wait for it to tank a little bit more. So close, but no cigar on J&J. Coke. Do I have a Coke play on right now? Oh, I got no Coke. Okay. I like playing Coke. Especially since it just had a nice little dip on Friday. Like everything had a dip on Friday, it seems like. 53 is usually a pretty good support. I mean, look at that. We've got two big spikes of volume over here where it takes a while to break through. Let's look at that premium that we can get. So we have to be at the 53 range to get some decent premium. I don't know. I'm going to add it to my watch list, but I'm not sure if I'll be selling it because the premium is just not quite there. But if we open red on Monday, it might. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one to here. So KO 152, I think I was looking at. Sorry, I mean 52. I'd want to get like a fill of at least 52 cents for this. So I'm going to actually just put that in. And right now that's also 80% probability out of the money. I'd want at least 52 premium to enter this trade. Margin requirement, it's not going to be too much. Okay. October 22nd, 52. 786. I'd be willing to put two of these on if we get that price point. And then what was the probability? I know I'm bad with remembering numbers like that. Let's just call that 81, just to keep it simple. Like if the premiums increase, the probability is actually going to be less than that if I do end up putting it on. So that'll just be something to keep an eye on. Let's go back here, charts. What else we got going on? Kroger. You know, I love trade on Kroger, but it's just too high for me right now. Oh wow, it actually had a nice huge dip. Boom. Basically, this is a stock that if it's in like the mid 30s or like 37 range, that's where I'll be looking to sell some puts at. And I'd like to go like down to like the 32 range. So not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Let's get Microsoft. And Microsoft has just had this huge runoff, so it's not something I want to sell puts on. It might be tempting to sell some call spreads on. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Cancel that. I want to look at like the 2-year. I think we're at all-time highs, aren't we? Yeah. Go back here. Actually, we'll do analyze on this one. So say a week out. How far up would we want to be? Let's say 330. Gives it plenty of room to run without hitting. A $5 spread. Well, wow, the premium there is like the bid and ask are way too large. Let's look for the this guy. All right, that gives you a little bit better idea of what the fills are going to be like. So we'll say we sell this guy and we get what? Let's say we get $1 for that. Buy this guy. We'll say we get 80 cents. It's on $500 risk. I'd get 20 bucks. And this is what that P&L would look like. I could lose 480, get 20. That's just not a good risk reward scenario. So sorry, Microsoft, we're not playing you. NIO. Do we play the memes? I don't know, 37. I'm just curious what the 30 sells for. 30 is given 2% for a month out. 30 is given 1% for 26 out. What if we get closer here? I don't like to trade that close, actually. 30%. I don't know. This one's tempting. I'm not going to add to my watch list. I'd rather wait and see if NIO gives a better entry point. It's just a stock I feel like can really go against you. If I was going to play NIO, I'd probably make it spreads. So I'd buy the call or the put under it to limit my max loss on it. That might be something I dabble in if I feel a little cute next week. Good old O. Oh, O's down to 68? Whoa. Okay. Well, I might have to just close out my Virgin Galactic puts in my IRA and switch to O. So if I was going to play O, I'd be fine with selling at the 65 mark, 73% probability out of the money. And that's because that's a stock I don't mind owning at all. So 65, I might actually like put that in my taxable. Why not? We'll put that on that watch list. I like that. So we got 67.5, 10.15. What was the premium? Actually, let's do the 65 just because that's what I want. So 65, 73. Go over to Interactive Brokers, which is where I'll be putting this trade. Margin impact 1111. I'd probably put 2 of those on. That's only a month out, so it's that would be a perfect 1% return for a month hold. Add that to my watch list. go back here and look at the next ticker. This is literally what I do to do my research. Pfizer, nice dip, but we're still pretty far away from where I'd want to be. Planeteer, I think I already have trades on this, but let's take a look at the stock anyway. It's trending up. It'll probably stay around the 24 mark next week. Let me just double check my portfolio, make sure I don't have anything on there. Oh, I don't have anything on there. Okay, let's go back then. Probably want to be at the 20 range. 20 range, oh, that pays nothing. What if we go to 22? 85%. I don't know. I'm not going to put it on my list yet, but I may end up selling some puts on PLTR if it drops down a little bit. I want to see some increased premium if I'm selling at the 22 level. But that's like the highest I'd want to go at this point in time on PLTR, just because I'd like to be safe on PLTR. Like if I'm buying at $22 each, I'm fine with that. But for just a 1% return on PLTR, I'd rather just wait, because I think PLTR can go up or down significantly in a week. So we'll wait for a better price to get in. QQQ. Rocket. Let's take a look at the stock. Again, we're trading near all-time lows, so this would be one I'm fine with selling puts on. I think I already have some rocket stuff on. Yeah, so there you go. I have the October 15, 16 put. I put 10 of those contracts on. If I wasn't already in it, I'd be adding it to my watch list, and it looks like it'd be getting filled around 57 cents versus my 47. So I'm not going to add to my watch list, but that might be something that you want to look at. Snow. Snow is just a stock I want to sell call spreads against, but it just keeps going up. I don't know what to say. It just keeps going up, and so I don't want to sell a call. I think it's completely overvalued, so I'm not selling puts on it. And just based on how high like the last peak went and how quickly it went up there, it makes me wary to set up some call spreads on it. Maybe if we're playing the 360 mark, but I doubt there's decent spreads up there. Let's take a look. Switch this to calls. 360 will pay you $450, $50 per 500 risk, with an 84% chance of winning. I don't know. I think there's better ways out there to make money, so I'm just gonna hold off on snow. AT&T, Airbnb, AMD. Again, I like to sell puts, but AMD had this nice little spike. Still trying to decide where it wants to go. It's back to 105. If it gets above like 110, or like if it gets back to this 114 area, I'd probably buy another bearish zebra on it, and that way I could lock in any gains if it goes down again. I'm also I'm bearish on AMD at this price level, so I'm not going to be selling puts, but I'm also not going to bet against AMD by selling calls against it. So I'll be watching it. If AMD gets up to like 114, then you might see me put on a bear zebra. So that'll be what I'm looking at. So I'm not going to bother adding it to my watch list, because I have to wait for it to move if I even consider that. RK has been trading in a range for a little bit. The only thing that scares me about RK is that we had this dip below 100 over here. Otherwise, I'd be looking at the 100 range to sell puts on. But let's go ahead and see what that looks like anyway. We'll go out to 40 days. 105 is at 80%. Do I dare mess with RK again? This is not one of my best stocks for my past performance. But at 100, we're getting over 1% return, 84% probability on the money. This might be something I look at later in the week. If there's a continued sell-off in SPY and Tesla and stuff like that, If this gets down to like 115, you might see me start playing like the 100 range. Like I'm on the verge of pulling a trigger and selling a put at this range here, but I'm not quite sold on it yet. Beyond Meat. They just keep going down, though, don't they? Earnings 11.4. Let's take a look at the premium. Let's get a little closer. 95. The fill might be around 70 cents here. Yeah, like I want to be below the 100 strike is what I'm looking at right now. But 95 just seems to be just a little too little premium. And I'm not sure I want to hold it longer than 40 days, but we'll go over here. 80% probability. I know. I'm more hesitant on Beyond Meat because I would not actually want to own 100 shares at like $100 each on Beyond Meat. But if you wanted to sell a put on Beyond Meat, this would be where I'd be looking at. You get your 1% return for this play, 83% probability on the money, and before earnings. I think I'm fine with waiting on the sidelines on this one, but otherwise this would be the one I'll be looking at. Okay, cat. Keep hitting around this 200 range again. Next little volumes of support here would be 190. I'm just curious what the 180 would pay on cat. Actually, that's not terrible. Just kind of checking the volume profile, looking at the where the action is on cat. If I'm going to be looking at the 180 mark, maybe get fancy and do the 190. That's a small drop. Now let's stick with the 180. Go back to the 1 year, 1 day. Because it looks like there's also some price action just below 180, so if we had a roll, we should be able to roll under support again. Alright, so cat 180. Not quite 1%, but it's pretty far away from the money. And there's a strong pull to like the 200 level, so we're going to add cat to the watch list here. Cat 180, 1022. What was the premium? I'll be greedy and look for an entry like 1.6 or better. 1.6. Sorry, this is 1.25. Margin requirement. Is 1936. Add to the watch list. So if I was to put on all these trades right now, I'd use about half of the amount of money that I'd want to put into the play already. Looking down the line, CCL. I'm pretty bullish on CCL, but in the short term there might be a dip. What's the 21 put sell for? Well, that's actually pretty good. Let me make sure I don't actually already have CCL on. No? Okay, let's go ahead and make a trade idea for CCL. So could have around 21 for a while. Decent support at 18, or at least price action at 18. But we got a lot of touches like in this area. So I think if we get to like the 18 area, could be pretty good. This would be something that you'd have to be fine with holding long term. You know, you got that Delta strain news coming out still. So 18, you're looking at like a 2% return for this play here, and it's an 83%. So I like that. So 18, we're looking for what? 30 cents per fill. What was that? 80? 83%. I'd probably put on a couple of those. And then I'll go to Interactive Brokers, add that to my watch list, and see what the margin maintenance is. Oh, it didn't actually update. I was like, wait, that don't look right. Come on, wait, why is it not coming out? Stop it. October 22nd, 18. Should just be a couple hundred, 280. All right, we're finding some plays here, so that's good. Campbell's Soup is next. How they doing? They dipped to 40, but they're back up. I'd be fine with the 41 level. I know because I've been trading this before. Let's see here. 40 still gives, well, 41. All right, we might do one on this, but let's go with a different strike just because I want to spread things out a little bit. 69%. Is there earnings or something going on? Oh, they already had earnings. I don't know. That probability of the money is below 70%, which always is like an alert, a warning bell for me. I don't know. Maybe we'll go 1 week closer. 41, 73%. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So Campbell's Soup, it seems to do a little bit differently than what SPY does. Like if SPY goes down, Campbell's Soup tends to go up. It's really weird recently. So that's why I'll be fine with selling one on this one. So let's go ahead and get this filled out real quick. So looking at the 41, CCL 41, 1015, premium. Maybe we get 0.48. Probability out of the money, 73%. Might only do one just to spread my bets a little bit. 41. This is one. And now let's go ahead and find this on Interactive Brokers and see what that margin maintenance is. Come on. There we go. I'm not sure this is taking so long today. This is usually more responsive. It's $6.95. And that was not one I was expecting to put on my list, so that's pretty cool. CRM, Dallas, Disney. Should we take a look at Disney? I can tell you I want to be under 170 already, but it's pretty far away, so that was quick. We did forward Facebook. 378? Man, Facebook's just been on a tear, man. Like, no thank you. Like, I want to be below, like, this area. There's going to be no premium there. Home Depot. Usually you have to be pretty close to the money on Home Depot to get some decent premium. They just had a dividend. There's just towards like their all-time highs. Like, it's just not something I want to sell puts on. IBM. Earnings is 10.20. Let's just see what the premium looks like real quick. Yeah, that's no thank you. If I'd be looking at like this range, like there's just not enough premium to even be worth looking at further than that for me. Intel, I think I already got some Intels on. JD. They're at a recent high, so we can pass on them. Since I already found like a bunch of plays that I'm going to be putting on next week, or will most likely put on, I'm a little quicker to dismiss other things that are even questionable. What we got going on this guy? JP just doesn't move quickly in one day, but they do get in their little spurts here, doesn't it? Let's just take a look at the premium real quick. It's not terrible, but not great. I'll pass on it just because I've already got other plays, but this would be like the level I'm looking at. It's not quite 1% return for a month hold. Yeah, it's just not quite enough for me to bother putting on. KMB, aren't they still like near some highs here? Oh, I guess they dipped. Ooh. Can we get to the 130 range on them and get premium? That's less than 1% at 130. And since I probably want to be safer than 130, I know it's not going to be a trade for me. What else we got here? Rocket, I already got some stuff on. Oh, we can look at Tesla. Ooh. I was looking at them earlier, and I was thinking it might be something worth doing a little call spread on a bit of a gamble. So there's a lot of patterns here that are indicating that it might shoot up to like the 150 range. And that's what all these patterns on Thinkorswim are saying. And then I also got one that says it's going to go down, so that's interesting. But a lot of them are saying it's going to go up. But I'm thinking it's not going to get back up to 850. So what I'd be looking at would be selling some kind of call spread against them. Let's clear this out. And let's go ahead and look 30 days out. Call spread into like the 850 range. So the bid at the 850 range would be 550. I'd probably just do one, but I want to cap my max losses. 900. This would be a $5,000 play. And if we look at the risk profile for this call spread, the most I'd make would be 284. Max loss would be 4. That's, I don't know. Max loss would be 4,700 in order to make 284. What's the return on that? Calculator. So what do we say? 285 or 284? Divided by. Oops. Okay. Clear. 284 divided by 4716. 6% return. Oh, let's go ahead and add that one to our watch list here. I'd probably look to get more than 248 for my fill though. Probability on the money. If we go back to trade, looking at the calls. This is what I was looking at, right? Looking at 10.15. So your probability of being out of the money is going to be the probability of the short strike, so 89% chance. Margin requirement should be 5,000. Then the max loss is less than that, and that's because the spread is 50 points wide. 50 times 100 is 5,000. I'd only do one. This is not going to actually work out that good, so I'm just going to delete that column. And let's go ahead and put this in here. Tesla, 10.15. We're looking at the 850, 900. And you see the spread is, or the margin impact is 5,000. It thinks we might get filled between these 2 points, but obviously that's going to be wildly different come open, especially since Tesla likes to move a lot at the start of the market on, when the market opens. I'm going to go ahead and add this to my watch list. And then when the market opens, this will give us information to tell us if it's going to be worth more or less than what it was on Friday. So I'll be able to quickly see if I want to put that on or not. But I only do one if I do end up putting it on. And that's because, I'm very hesitant on playing Tesla. But I think Tesla should go down, but I'm always cautious to bet against Elon. Well, we might do that on this guy, so we'll see. And with that said, I think we have a decent shopping list for next week. A lot more trades this time than last time I did this. And I think that wraps up this video. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a comment. If you have any trades you want to tell me about, go ahead, put them in the comment section, and I'll take a look. And who knows, maybe I'll put on one of your trades. All right, guys. Good luck this week trading, and just stay safe.